Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rekt Capital and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video about Bitcoin's price action through the lens of Wyckoff Redistribution. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future, and let's dive right in. So I actually made a video on this a few months ago when Bitcoin's price action was around this area, consolidating inside this green to red range, the $28,000 range to the $39,000 range. And we could have seen here that we were consolidating inside this range once again. Earlier this year, we saw this sort of consolidation and then consolidation like this once again. So when we were looking at this sort of reaccumulation, right, because this was reaccumulation before a fantastic breakup to new all-time highs, this reaccumulation got us into this distribution phase, and then we lost this distribution phase to reach a redistribution phase. So this is essentially the premise of that previous video, where we thought this could have been redistribution, but of course I mentioned that this wasn't the case for a variety of reasons, one of them being the weekly 2021 higher low, which was spanning Bitcoin's price action for a long time, the 50-week EMA, and so on. But in any case, if back then we were worried about redistribution and we got a breakout from the range we were supposed to see redistribution from, the fact that we've seen actual or lack thereof actually redistribution, and in fact we saw a breakout towards new all-time highs, or at least new highs here, apologies, then that redistribution argument really does go out the window, doesn't it? We aren't really in that markdown phase. But of course, now many people could say that, are we in this phase right over here? So now let's take a look, because this is the distribution phase and we have rallied much higher than the distribution phase, right? But rejected at a higher region. So according to this schematic, we haven't rejected from the bottom of the distribution range because we actually deviated towards the upside a little bit more and then rejected. So you can see how we can't make a case for redistribution because we broke out towards the upside. We can't make a case for that relief rally because we broke out to much higher levels and we didn't test the bottom of the distribution range as a new resistance, rejecting price towards these lows now. So it's really difficult to talk about redistribution, and it's really difficult to talk about a markdown phase because we've seen great strength from Bitcoin's price action. We've seen it break out from that scary redistribution range. And in fact, very interesting to note that we also haven't seen a low volume rally. Really, we haven't seen that low volume rally, which would have been essentially this phase, right? Because we actually saw Bitcoin's price action deviate much higher. If we were to reject here, then of course we could have made a case for the bottom of this distribution range being a new resistance and rejecting price, but we actually deviated much higher than that. So it's really difficult to talk about this still being Wyckoff distribution, but also redistribution. Really difficult to say that because these schematics are no longer being aligned with price. Price action has done its own thing, and price action has given us more things to think about. It's given us a lot of strength in validating a redistribution. And in fact, if we're focusing on this redistribution range that we were scared about and we broke out towards the upside, well, we're actually revisiting the top of this redistribution range. So it's going to be a retest attempt very shortly because Bitcoin has broken down from this major demand area that is the orange area right over here. Bitcoin is now relief rallying potentially to flip this into a resistance. And once that occurs, then it's probably going to see Bitcoin's price action revisit these areas for that retest attempt of the previous redistribution range, of the previous reaccumulation range. In any case, guys, that's about it for today's video. Those are my thoughts about Wyckoff redistribution. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future. And of course, like the video if you enjoyed this one. I'm Rekt Capital and I'll speak to you in the next one. Speak to you soon.